out there.
Wait,
God.
This is recording, that's all.
Just talk normal.
I am talking normal. It's a bit soft. Teeny tiny soft. There we go. Perfect.
That's
No,
still
no,
very
no.
soft. Use your normal fucking voice.
This-
I am using my normal voice.
This is
I'm
not how
talking.
you can
That's,
talk to us.
you're not gonna be.
How would you like me to talk?
Okay, no,
There's
hey,
your normal
that's
voice.
That's
Weet jy, julle is besig om my moer te strip.
Speak fucking English. Okay, so I'm gonna count down to 3. We're all gonna clap.
At the same time, or like 1, 2,
clap,
3,
it'll
or
pick
like.
us all up.
I suppose. Yeah, I'm not the brains. Yeah.
Just clap.
I'm just saying.
Just
Okay.
clap in the
All right.
middle.
So
Just clap
okay.
in the middle.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
Out.
All right.
Clap.
Okay. There we go. There we go. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to.
Sorry, welcome to the guy.
Oh my God.
To the guy, yeah.
To, what?
To the guy.
To the one guy, yeah.
To the one person
Welcome to the
listening.
one person. So welcome, guy.
What your name is? Pleased to meet you.
I think he's gonna be Simon. I bet his name will be Simon.
Or Frick.
I don't think Fricky. Okay, actually, probably.
It could be Fricky.
Probably.
He's like bored at home.
Anyway.
kind of pushing the tractor. He's like, let's look at some YouTubes.
Okay.
What am I
I don't
doing
know.
myself into?
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should just turn this off. And... Okay, so welcome, Guy, to the first ever TLDR podcast. I'm fucking nervous because I've never done this before. I'm your host for today, at least, Templish, and I'm joined by 2 of my co-hosts. One you might know from the YouTube channel with shit audio.
And 2 subscribers.
And 2 subscribers. It's TerryVision. How's it, man?
Yes. What's up, guys? What's up?
And we also joined here by another guy, another angry guy, so angry in fact that his hair ran away from him.
Dead. It's not even. It's true.
His name is Boetie LuLu, but we're gonna just call him LuLu for this podcast because it's easier.
It's a lot easier actually.
It's a lot easier. Yeah. So how you guys doing, man? How's you guys doing?
Well,
Wow, the beers are cold. The beers
yeah.
is fresh.
Well, sort of. Kind of fresh. I mean, it only took like 4 hours to get here, but it's
What do you
okay.
mean 4 hours?
Okay, sorry, 3.5, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Other than that, pretty
So,
good.
yeah,
Oh god. I almost fucked up the mic.
As you can tell, we're pretty new at this. So let me just run through this quickly for you. Those of you who don't know, we're 3 people that used to work together, and we wanted to start a podcast. So we did, and this is that. So yeah, this podcast is mainly going to be talking about trending topics on YouTube and a few other bits and bobs. Anything really popular. Yeah, I have no idea what to say. First podcast, it's kind of like weird. Do you guys want to?
No,
You guys, please just jump in at any time.
that's weird because one day we're gonna look back on this video.
Yeah, this is gonna be like the first one we watch after like
Once-
we
once-
do that whole throwback for like the people that do like my first YouTube video. We can do that and be like, ooh,
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
Mark, what are you doing?
yeah, what are you doing, bro?
What's
Like
with that
it's
haircut, Mark?
yeah, it's
Your haircut, eh? Not even
Yeah.
a fucking camera.
Hey,
in
at
this
least
thing.
you guys can have haircuts.
I think the first comment is going to be how good Terrence's audio is this time around. I think that's going to be
I hope so. I spent a lot of money on my audio.
a whole $25, eh?
No, 19.
$19. Jeez,
how
breaking the
dare you
bank.
get
dude.
that wrong?
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't have enough money to spend $19 on a microphone. I'm just
Now,
saying.
do you have enough money to spend $18.50?
Yeah, actually, that's true. Not.
So,
Not really.
Mark,
Yes.
what have we got on the agenda for today?
Ah, well, it's interesting that you say that, Terrence. Asking the good questions. So today, sorry, I've got to like look at my computer screen. It's like all the way on the other side of the room.
It's okay, we don't judge.
So today we're going to be speaking about Rusty Parlover and his CANSA live stream that he did. We're going to be
That's cancer spelled CANSA.
yes, the right way.
Cancer.
No, there's no R.
There's no
Cancer.
Yeah.
CANSA.
It's like Can South Africa.
It's like the fancy way. It's like CANSA.
Cancer.
CANSA. It's like a.
Cancer.
It's like a.
With the pinky and air kind of thing going.
Yes, you've got something on your lip, Blue.
It's called hair.
You know, you're gonna make me upset. So I'm gonna be like Keemstar and walk out.
No, let's not have that. Let's not have that.
Well, can
On
we
the
get
first
into that
episode.
today? Can we get into that?
Yes, we'll get. Let me just get to everything first, okay?
Yeah,
I feel like
who's the circle we're talking about? I've never heard
I'm
of
gonna.
it.
We're gonna go through everything, and then.
Let's do it now.
No, I'm gonna list what we're doing. For
I
those
feel
of
like-
you who don't know,
I
what
feel
we'll
like
be
we should
doing.
just be spontaneous and just work through. Like go first point, talk about it, And then when we run out of conversation, which we will, then we go into the second
Okay,
one.
alright, fine.
This yeah.
Shall we do that?
That's a good plan.
I thought that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Don't tell them what we're talking about.
Yeah.
What if someone
Must
doesn't
be
want to...
spontaneous,
They
man.
read the description. Skip to this. Skip to 2 minutes if you want to see the twos.
I'll skip to 2 minutes, 6 minutes, this is what's happening. About 10 minutes, this is what's happening, and then so on.
So I'm going to be editing this, and I'm going to have to put that in the description.
Yes, but you know what? That's your problem, not our problem.
Yeah,
That's
Mike,
true.
You get paid more than us.
Oh, yes, here we go. Yeah.
I wish that was true. Okay, cool. All right. So, do you guys know anything about the whole Rusty Pilot
No,
CANSA
we have
thing?
come here for you to tell us about this cancer.
Yes, you are our entertainment.
Well, I'm
What is-
glad.
First of all, what does cancer stand for?
CANSA stands for Cantaloupes 8.
Research.
Research.
It's an organization that deals with cancer research. Actually, that's what it does.
Legit?
Yes, legit.
No, actually, no.
Yeah, no. If we were talking about normal cancer, then it would be quite
cancer.
self-evident what it was. But
Cancer.
that's a fucking dead meme, dude.
No, it's not.
Okay, it's not.
Deadpool 2 already came out.
Yo, I
Yeah,
haven't watched that. I really haven't. I still
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
watched.
because you were gonna.
I still haven't watched Infinity War.
I haven't watched Infinity War. I haven't watched Deadpool. I haven't watched Ant-Man.
Yeah, because you have a child, so you can't.
Let's cut this out and move on because
No,
we
no,
don't
no,
need people to
Nolan's gonna get us off track here.
We're just gonna get spoilers about Infinity
I know.
Yeah,
Actually,
I could.
I got spoiled so bad the other day. I don't want to tell you guys, but I am subscribed to this one channel, and he did something that was not really on top. It's called Because Science is the channel.
Oh yeah, I
And
know.
they discuss
I think it's Nerd City. I think.
Nerdist.
Oh, Nerdist, yeah.
He broke off from his own channel.
His name's Carl something.
Yeah,
Mm.
he looks a little bit like Thor.
Yeah, he's dope.
The gay vision. So he did this one video about Thanos. Okay, but it was in the title. It was nothing related to Infinity War. It was just about Thanos.
Yeah.
I think it was, can Thanos throw a moon? Because we've seen in the trailer he throws the moon.
Yo, I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Because
so-
you would have known if you watched the movie.
Bro.
If you watched the trailer, you would have known.
Bro, that's spoiler territory. I
Anyway.
can't go there.
Anyway, he starts off his video by telling the biggest spoiler, and he's like, "Yo, this movie's been out for 3 months now. You should, if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry."
I hate
I
that
was like,
argument.
dude, I'm literally.
Bro, I hate that argument so much. It's like it's so obligatory as well. It's like it's never a set amount of time. It's like, oh, this movie's been out for 25 seconds. How have you not fucking seen it?
Also, movies are very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. It's
Yeah.
like,
Dude, the first week it was in Pavilion. It was in that 4XD, which is pretty dope.
That's 135 rand a ticket.
135 rand. It's 175 rand, my guy.
where were you going?
No.
Cape Town.
In Pavilion.
No, it can't be.
40x. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
I think I'm putting 100 in front of the normal ticket price. Normal ticket price 75.
75. No.
I think I'm being okay.
It's
Continue.
135 because I went and watched something earlier this year. I think
Oh.
it might have been Black Panther or something.
Oh, bro, that movie was such a letdown, bro.
I actually enjoyed it.
Bro.
Okay, no, it
I
was
thought
good.
it was
It was
pretty
good. It was
Yeah.
good, but I think it was hyped up a lot. No, let's.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
No, I feel like we should just
No.
keep going.
No. What's
No,
my one?
well, to be fair, the first part of this podcast is supposed to be general chat, so technically we're still on point.
No, that's
But-
zero.
That's before the podcast is general chat.
Which we've done.
Okay. All right. Let me give you guys
I
some
wonder how
background.
much of all of that is going to be edited out.
None of it. I'm keeping everything in.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I
Maybe.
might just cut loose parts out.
Probably.
So new. What do you think about this?
A whole like 5 minutes of pure dead
Nothing.
silence.
Please tell me
okay.
about what's his name?
So his name is Rusty Pilover. He's a Afrikaans ginger guy. His name is Francois Boetie or Botha, depending on.
It's Boetie.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
get it
Thank you,
right.
Terrence. Terrence just gave me a slice of pizza I really like. Thank you.
To be fair, you like any slice of pizza.
So he's a YouTuber. He is actually quite a big YouTuber. So he's a YouTuber that has 5,000 subscribers plus. So he's got a decent following. For South African YouTubers, I mean, like for gaming YouTuber, let me put it like that.
Okay.
There's a decent following for that. And he recently teamed up with XD Gaming, which is a basically like a esports team, and Cougar Gaming. You know, the guys that make the Cougar headsets and the cases, like the super dope cases. He teamed up with them to do a 12-hour Twitch stream for cancer, to raise money for cancer. The the research, not the actual disease. Like he's not in favor of cancer. He's in favor of cancer, if that makes sense.
That's really wrong.
Cancer with the SA.
Yes, obviously, yeah. If you were reading my lips, you would have known that
Yeah, sure.
I was. It's
Okay.
in the
So
pronunciation.
how did his stream go?
So I wasn't there for his whole stream actually. I was there for the full 12 hours. Because Terrence and Lou are giving me such looks right
How
now.
bored were you? Was it interesting?
No, I wasn't bored.
So what did he do in his stream?
Okay, so he played a couple of games. He played Dark Souls 3. He played SCP Containment something. He played some Fortnite, obviously. He played some PUBG at the beginning, which he didn't spend a lot of time on. And then, he played some... there was another game that I thought that he played. I can't remember it now. Anyway, he played games. He played a couple of games. He did it for 12 hours.
He played Fortnite, so we can put that in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can.
Could put, what's his name?
Bro, we're going to put Ninja straight on the thumbnail.
Ninja, yeah. Just put Ninja
Yo,
on the
you won't
thumbnail,
believe who joined this podcast, boy.
My favorite streamer plays Fortnite.
Okay.
Anyway.
So he played a few games.
So he played a few games, and the whole time he was playing it on Twitch, and he was linking to the cancer page where they could donate, and people were obviously supporting him, and he had a steady amount of viewers. I think he had over 500 viewers by the end of the day, and then he raised over 11,000 rand, which is not too bad.
That's not bad. That's
For someone with 5,000 subscribers. Not a lot of reach. 11,000 bucks is
For American viewers, that's about $1,000.
for our American viewer.
American viewer.
Sing me.
Hello.
Logan Paul, that's about $1,000. I know you're listening.
Watch your back, boy.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad. That's-
The reason
Okay, and just for everyone out there, if you would like to donate to this,
to the TLDR podcast.
no, if you'd like to donate to cancer research,
Donate to, I can't even speak, bro. I've had like half a beer and I can't speak.
Mike, I'm
What?
trying to get a sponsorship.
A good cause, man.
Okay, I'll cut this out.
Let's start again.
Okay, let's start again.
Just cut that.
Welcome everybody to the TLDR.
We're not that far back.
Okay, no.
So if
Okay.
you guys at home would like to donate to cancer research, the top link in the description, just head over to there, and
I don't know if it's actually still.
if
It
it is,
has to be a thing.
if it is,
It has to be someone there that can be like.
If it is, guys,
I'm sure you can just do like a random donation. Go on the website. Just donate.
Let's
It has to be a
fight.
thing.
Let's fight cancer, guys.
I feel like we should. It's a good.
Yeah,
cause.
fuck it.
Okay, cool. So 11,000 minutes. So is that how was your 12 hours watching a single man play?
Was it entertaining? Did you get bored?
I'll be honest, Rusty Parlova is one of those South African YouTubers that's like so underappreciated. He actually does so much for the community, and he really pushes for to engage with his audience, which is something I actually really like about the guy. He's actually one of those guys that's quite genuine. He went through quite a rough patch earlier in the year, and we all thought he was going to quit YouTube because there was a lot of stuff happening around him.
Everyone's gonna quit YouTube.
Well, everyone's going to quit YouTube, except us.
Now's our time.
Now's our time. Peak.
Yeah.
Peak.
When there's no one on there, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
But
Boys,
anyway,
let's go.
so what was the question? How was it?
Yeah. You said
So-
he's very unappreciated.
Yeah, so the thing is that he basically what I was saying was he is quite entertaining. He's very entertaining. I really do like the guy. It's obviously not humor for everyone. The one thing I did hate though was that it was a PG stream. Obviously, it was a PG stream, but because you know me, like I swear every fucking second word or third word,
You're
and
a terrible person.
I know it's
Yeah.
horrible. I'm
You've got
probably.
help.
I wouldn't go that far, but I'm definitely not loved by my own family. Anyway, so
But at least you have family.
well, I don't know about that. So yeah, what were you? Yeah.
Okay, no, because now from my experience, now I'm into sports, actual sports, not esports. I'm not saying it's any different. I'm just saying
That's not what Terrence is saying. What he's
still
actually
sports,
saying
so-
is
No, okay, and the longest thing that I can think of in comparison is Le Mans, racing, which is 24-hour racing. Even on my darkest day, I wouldn't sit there for 3 hours watching cars go around a circuit. So I'm not big into gaming. So what is it in comparison to me? For example, let's say watching a rugby game that's now 12 hours long.
Well, I'm glad you said that. One of the main draws for me, at least, I obviously said when he started, he joined up with Cougar Gaming ZA or SA, and they were doing giveaways. throughout the thing. So I think it was like something like every hour he gave away something from Cougar.
To a viewer or
to a viewer. What we had to do, because I was doing it every time. I was actually very pissed off. I was there for 12 hours
and didn't win
and I won nothing. And one guy literally came in like 10 minutes before the very last one, and he's like, "Oh, this is so cool. Hashtag whatever the hell." I think it was hashtag bring Ghost Chair back or something. And he hashtagged it, and he fucking won it. In fact, Rusty Pie was playing with a guy in Fortnite, and they did the draw, and the guy he was playing with won. So the guy's like, "Oh, you're a winner." I was like, "You fucking dickhead."
That's rigged.
No,
rigged.
I don't. I'm not going on that. I know.
Has to be.
No, we're not going.
Because he shouldn't have got it if he's playing the game.
No, he was a viewer. He was on. Rusty Pie said, if anyone wants to play, we'll rotate you in.
Okay.
So he wasn't actually like a mate of him.
Okay, so he was just playing. So he got invited to play, like the audience.
Yes, yeah.
I did air quotes. If anyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Simon, if you're listening,
listen, Simon, this is what's happening.
So the audience was invited to play with them, and one of the audience. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the reason why I stayed. I'll be honest.
Were you keen to play?
I was, but I also was like, because I'm on YouTube as well. Like, I don't want to like push too much on other YouTube. Like, the guy's doing something for CANSA, so I was like, I don't want it to look like I wanted to go on there and try and promote myself or play or whatever.
Okay.
I was also not really keen to play Fortnite at the time because it was quite like, he was fucking tired. I'll be honest. He was like absolutely like dying, and I was kind of sitting there like as well, like, bro, just do the last.
We didn't sit with him for 12 hours.
I was like, just do the last giveaway, please, so I can go to bed. He did the last giveaway and I didn't win. I was like, fuck. And he still had like 4 hours left, and I was like, okay, no, I'm going to bed, my bro. I've done all the supporting I can. I've given you the views.
Done all I can. It's over.
Yeah, but anyway, that's the main drive for me. I'll be honest, was the giveaways. The games he was playing, like, he's an entertaining guy, but I'd watch his YouTube videos over the stream any day, and I don't really have money to do it. Hey?
How long is
his videos are normally about anywhere between 6 minutes and 13 minutes. That's his average time.
That's a decent watch.
Yeah, no. He's I'll give Rusty one thing. He's a fucking phenomenal editor. Like, he really is good, and he pushes harder than any South African YouTuber. Like Grant Hines and all of them stuff. Like, yeah, no, they work hard as well. But Rusty, I can honestly say, in the YouTube sphere, he's the hardest working guy. In fact, like,
easy side.
Well, who else?
Let's say
who else?
Africans, maybe.
Yeah, but that's what I'm not saying he's the hottest. He's not a fucking Logan Paul and Jake Paul is like every day doing something.
They don't work hard.
No, but you can argue that they kind of work hard. I don't think that they're like that all the time.
How's the segue? Let me tell you something about Logan Paul.
Okay.
The reason the whole Suicide Forest happened, okay?
Is this... Wait, hold on. For everyone at home, Terrence has been telling us that he's got some sort of conspiracy theory. I just want to confirm.
No,
is
this?
this?
No, this is not the conspiracy.
Okay.
Alright,
that's coming up later.
False alarm.
Sorry.
This is my realization. So everyone's like beating down on Logan Paul as to why it happened. Blah 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 blah. The moment Logan Paul was no longer Logan Paul was when he created the Maverick brand. Jake as well. Everything that they did was to promote their brand.
Yeah.
They were no longer themselves. Maybe off camera they might be themselves, even though it wasn't for long because they literally vlogged all the time. But their only goal was to sell their brand. So when he went to Dubai, it was to sell his brand.
Yeah.
When he went to Japan, it was to sell his brand. It was basically telling kids, buy my Maverick merch, you can be like me.
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about what the cultures are or how it affects him. That wasn't his mindset. His mindset was to sell Maverick merch. So when he filmed this, it would bring controversy, which would sell his merch. He wasn't Logan Paul when he posted that video. He was Maverick.
But surely he should think about the impact that he's...
No, because...
Well, he wanted to generate that impact.
Yes, it's infected his brain.
Because I mean,
all he does is sell.
Yeah.
All their videos, link in bio. That was it. That was their. All videos
the best example of that is Jake Paul's buy that merch Christmas song. Yeah, you know that. So that song gets stuck in your head. That's now in your head, boy.
It's not forgivable. Okay.
No way.
No,
of course not. But the reason why he did it okay, is because he wasn't Logan Paul. He was Maverick, so to speak.
I can see what you're saying. Although the one thing that I need to bring up is that, like, I kind of see what you're saying, and I kind of agree in a way, because Logan Paul and Jake Paul, everyone says they're these kids, they're these dumb kids, but one thing I have to say is that, like, you know, being a dumb kid doesn't, you know, it only gets you so far. These guys have some sort of intelligence or someone behind the scenes telling them, look, do this. Because I mean, fuck, right after that incident, I mean, like you were saying, it generated so much everything around. Logan Paul was everywhere. I mean, and what really was the backlash? What backlash did he face? Nothing really. And he made a documentary. Well, he's making a documentary now,
and he's gonna monetize it.
And yeah, but not only that. Like literally a couple of days after his apology, he released that suicide prevention video. It was really. I'll give him this. It was super well edited. I really enjoyed that video, but I enjoyed it even though I knew exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to solicit that emotion of I feel sad for Logan Paul. He's trying to do good, but he's still fucked up. So I was still like, nah, bro, that's like it's ridiculous.
Celebrities have done it before.
Exactly. But that's what he's trying to do. That's what they want to be, as celebrities.
They're trying to make the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
That's the
so,
thing.
but they got to make the bad situation first.
So
they're like, okay, we're gonna do this. It's gonna cause problems, but then we're gonna gain subscribers.
Yeah, we're gonna gain this. We're gonna gain here, gain that.
I mean,
look. All I'm saying is this is my realization as to why he did it. When I watched this video, I was like, okay, cool. This, you know what, that makes sense. Why he did it, but it's not excusable, obviously.
I don't know. It doesn't make it any less bad. Like, doesn't make it better. Like, doesn't take back what he did or like make up for what he did.
So Lou, sorry, Mark, to steal your thunder.
No,
Lou, you're an MMA fighter, right?
Yes, oh wait, no, hold on a second.
I'm segueing.
You're jumping straight into the meat, my boy. We're still gonna get through the veggies, my son.
No, I feel like we need to because we're like on the topic.
Oh god.
Already.
Okay. Rusty Parlover, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. My co-hosts don't want to talk about you.
No, we've already spoken about that. Okay. So I feel like yes.
Logan Paul versus KSI.
Oh my god.
Honest opinions on who you think is going to win.
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know, like I haven't seen what's his fucking name? Logan? Who's fighting?
Logan Paul.
Jake Logan?
Logan Paul is versing KSI and Jake Paul is versing Deji Olatunji, which is KSI's brother.
Literally no idea.
Comedy short guy. Okay.
Honestly, I didn't know who he was either until this fight.
I did. I'm fully subscribed to both of them. But from years ago though.
Obviously you're a bigger nerd than we are.
I watch Deji, I don't like him.
Hey, I'm the whitest guy I know. I
like him more than Jake Paul. Let's go.
Sorry.
Logan versus KSI.
I haven't seen like Logan like box, so I don't know what he can do, like in training, whatever.
Okay, let me just tell you, he was
he wasn't professional, but he did grappling and wrestling.
He was top wrestler in his states.
Yeah.
But they're going to be boxing.
Yeah, but he also did I think it was a state boxing, not a beginner's state boxing match. What do you call those things?
Amateur boxing.
Amateur boxing. He did amateur boxing.
Look, he's very athletic, and he knows how to fight. He knows how to fight.
Yeah. So my question is, that other guy that KSI fought with, Joe Weller, yeah. Was that guy that he?
I think he just beat him up.
No, but
which is a slaughter. But to be fair, okay, Joe Weller was trying to be like good old Tyson. And he was trying to do a defense, wait until KSI got tired and then fuck him up. But what he didn't realize was KSI had so much more fucking athleticism in it. I mean, bro, the Oak's from the side, man. He's not fucking...
Did he have any? Like,
yes, he was. He wasn't a professional boxer, but he did a lot of boxing and a lot of training. But
the same as like you, maybe a year ago.
Yeah, a year ago, Lou was quite decent.
A lot of juice.
Look, I would say
juice, slappy juice.
No, but the thing is that the problem with Joe Weller was that he had an injury. I think he had a knee injury. I think a year before the fight, or a couple of months before the fight. Okay. And he had a knee injury, and apparently that was a big problem for his training. He couldn't push himself as far as he needed to train for KSI's fight.
I get that though, because training does depend on everything like every limb and everything you use for training in terms of your body needs to be perfect in order for you to perform. But
I mean, and in boxing though, it's like the footwork is quite important because
it is, of course, because you obviously can't stay in one spot, otherwise you get.
But he could have worked on his hand speed.
He could have, and also
he didn't throw very many punches.
He was too busy sitting on a treadmill shouting at the camera.
Look, I'm training. I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I've watched a few KSI videos of him doing his boxing and his fitness and stuff, and I know that he also went to the UFC gym. I actually watched that video.
Yeah, he went to the Dana
UFC
White
gym,
and well.
yeah, he met Dana White. He met what's his name? I don't know. He met one of the UFC fighters. I can't remember their name right now, but he met them, and then they did like some assessment thing on him where they said that he was the average. He's below or above average for the average UFC fighter, which means if he had to go fight in UFC, he'd be above average, which is fine. But I didn't actually see him doing sparring or anything. So, but I do think it'll be a close fight. But I think KSI will take it. I think he'll take it.
That's a controversial statement.
I think he'll take it. I think he'll take it.
Okay, all right. Or Terry, what would you say?
Look, I want KSI.
I know exactly where this is going.
I really want KSI to win. But in my honest opinion...
No. You're going to want to be a maverick and let the Logan win.
Aubrey fucking Savage, bro.
Savage!
Here's the thing, okay? I'm just going purely on...
It's fine, go my dude.
Logan's going to knock KSI out.
Oh, no,
I don't know.
No,
I don't agree with that at all, Terrence.
It's going to be a lucky shot.
Oh,
KSI's
wow.
going to fall. But I want KSI.
Okay.
But I want KSI.
I want to ask what you base that on, though. Because you say it's going to be a lucky shot. Okay, because first things first, like, I want to find out what your reasoning is for that. Do you think he's just... Foster, or do you think just because he's feeling?
I'm just going on feelings.
Okay, so you don't have any evidence. Well, none of us have evidence or proof.
I don't have anything to back
unless
it up.
Terrence is like predicting the future here, and then I'll be super surprised if it really does happen.
I'll be super bleak, and I'll get into my reason. I have a more researched reason than both of you as to why KSI is going to beat the fuck out of Logan. I almost said Jake Paul. Logan Paul.
But they look the same, so it doesn't really matter.
What? Are you saying that all black people look the same?
No, I'm saying that Jake and Logan look the same.
So you're saying all white people look the same?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's true.
Just to hear that.
I mean, we all look the same. I'm speaking to myself right now. No, okay, so my reason that KSI is going to win is... Well, there's actually three reasons. Number one is he's fought in a boxing ring before with all the lights and with all the fans and all that recently.
Okay.
Recently. Although Logan Paul, he's always in the spotlight. He is used to people being around him. But there's a big difference between you being yourself and doing whatever you want, and you being in a boxing ring with someone else coming at you. And I think because KSI, remember, KSI is what he was almost as big, if not bigger, than Logan Paul at his stage. In fact, his fan base is predominantly more, I want to say, intelligent. And they're more hardcore. I mean, the UK audience is pretty fucking hardcore. And I think because where the fight is as well, I think there's something that's going to happen at that fight that's going to throw Logan off a bit. I think he's going to get a lot of boos. I think he's going to get in his own head. And I think he's going to panic a little bit. And I think because KSI's been in that situation where he's been in that ring, he has been training a lot harder than Logan from the videos that we've seen. I think he's going to come in. I don't think it's going to be a knockout. I think it's going to be a stop, like a forced stop fight. What do they call those things? Yeah. Is it called a TKO when the ref just stops the fight? Even
TKO, if you can't defend yourself after a number of hits, then it's called TKO.
Alright, so I think KSI is going to do that. I don't know when he's going to do it, but I think that's going to happen. But I also think, because a lot of people are going to say, oh no, but what about Logan's video where he punched the guy and the guy fell down?
That doesn't count.
I mean, Faye Sensei said it best. He's like, yeah, but in the beginning, the guy was... But when that punch happened, the big guy was tired. We don't know when that happened. And also, Logan was missing most of his punches. And that hook, honestly, in my opinion, it was a lucky shot. The guy was off his footing. And I don't know if it was fake or not.
Okay, but
I don't know that.
What did I say? Logan's gonna win off.
It was a lucky shot, but
Logan's gonna win off a lucky
to
shot.
be fair, it was probably unexpected, and any unexpected shot is gonna put you on your ass.
But that's true, and just because it puts you on your ass doesn't mean you're out. KSI can take a punch, but firstly, I don't know anything about that other guy. I don't know anything about the guy that Logan Paul smacked and he went down, but he got back up. He wasn't down.
No.
And to be fair,
don't talk about that video. That video wasn't.
Yeah, no, but that's the one that people always say. Oh, Logan's gonna win because you punched this guy, and this guy's bigger than fucking KSI. It's like
those were the 9-year-olds.
Exactly. PewDiePie's army of 9-year-olds got involved. Yeah. But my thing is that I don't know, man. I also think if you look at the press conference, which I don't even want to bring that up. Really. I know. I'm excited for that. It's the 18th of August.
I'm
excited
so
for
bad.
the memes.
I know, but that's the thing. That's what I was going to say. In the first press conference, Logan, like KSI, well, that's also something I actually want to ask before I even get into this. Do you guys think that this whole thing, this whole boxing thing, do you think it's all for giggles and memes and fake, or do you think it's KSI legit has beef with the guy?
Look, let's go back. Sidemen diss tracks against each other.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
That was all fake.
Oh gosh.
That was all fake.
Oh,
It might have been KSI saying, listen, Logan, I've got a box. Your career's down the drain, my friend. I've got a boxing match. I'm going to call you out. Are you keen? We can build it up. It might have been. I don't think they like each other. They definitely don't like each other. But the whole boxing thing was definitely for money.
Oh, of course. Nobody starts a boxing match for free.
Yeah,
nobody wants to get punched in the face.
My thing is
the whole build up, everything now is just to
build hype and money. Yeah, but my thing is the beef real? Because that's the one thing I want to find out. Because it doesn't matter. Because we look at Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. No one is going to argue the fact that whole press conference and their whole tour was just because they didn't like each other. Because if they just didn't like each other, they wouldn't have been put in the same room, right? There was all for money and all for hype of the event. And it's the same thing that KSI and Logan are doing. But is the beef real?
No. Well, when would they have? They haven't interacted at all before this. Then suddenly KSI has his fight and he's like, you know what? Who's the biggest YouTuber right now? Logan or Jake? Let's start a fight with them.
No, because he knows that'll also obviously create more traffic to his channel and people will start tuning into his channel a lot more.
The beef may have been started from then. I don't think there's any actual beef. I don't think they would actually. But yeah, so Logan Paul vs KSI. Who do you say?
KSI is going to take him out.
KSI.
I think.
Logan Paul vs KSI.
KSI 100%.
I'd like to say KSI,
but you're gonna go.
But I'm gonna go.
You're gonna be a normie.
Look, I mean, even Matt Pitt from Game Theory and Film Theory said that Logan Paul's probably gonna win because of the height difference and all of that stuff. But I think there's a big difference because people just go, "Oh, bro, the Oak's bigger, or the Oak's got more muscle, or whatever."
I agree with you. Here's another question. We're gonna answer on the count of 3.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Jake Paul.
No, don't ask that question. I'm gonna.
I literally have no idea who that is. So.
Okay, Mark, you and me. Jake Paul versus Deji. 1, 2, 3.
Jake Paul.
Deji's got no chance. Which I'm surprised.
But I want to defend myself on that because I do like Deji. But my thing is that I just look at it and I think that Deji jumped into it a little bit too quickly. I think he was a bit worried about, well, not worried, but KSI's busy getting all of this stuff, and there's 2 brothers, so I think he logically thought, well, this is a way for me to get into the limelight, into the spotlight, and that's what he did. Once again, generated beef, not actual beef, but
you can always get yourself to dislike someone.
Yeah, no, you can. I mean, I don't particularly like Logan Paul. I mean, I'm pretty sure if we put Lou in a cage with Logan Paul,
boy,
it's not gonna last 5 seconds.
Let's go. I'm good at sound with him, eh? Yo.
Yeah, but look, I'd really like Deji to win, but I just think that Jake Paul is a bit more. I think he's a bit more athletic.
The word you're looking for is aggressive.
Yeah,
aggressive.
Deji, I mean, if you look at his videos, this is the biggest thing. People look at his videos, he's just like, oh, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna destroy you. Suck my dick.
I would fight you, but I'm sick right now.
Okay, I'm one of the people. I'm like so gullible. I was like, yeah, look, if he was sick, I can understand. But I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was sick or not. I'm just saying, if he was sick, I completely understand.
You can vouch for me here. If you're sick and you see someone you hate, you're no longer sick.
No, all of a sudden you like 100% tip top
You want to fight this bitch?
Let's go, boy. It's
Look,
going
I
down.
understand. I used to do fighting as well. I get that. But my thing is that how sick are we talking? Are we talking about the flu? Or are we talking about a fucking amputated leg? What are we talking about?
He flew to LA to hang out with Rascom and Keemstar and them. I don't think he was that sick.
No, he was.
He might have had a coke hangover. But you know what? That's how the celebrities do it. So anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So KSI Logan, we've done. There's a new press conference coming up.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
And
sounds like something I'm 100% not gonna watch.
bro, I'm
You're gonna watch PewDiePie's.
Yeah, I'm gonna log into PewDiePie's channel, watch this 10-minute and 1-second video.
Oh, yeah. Dude, no, but this is a thing as well. Now, this is also something that like I look at and I just go, oh man, KSI. KSI, I think he's done a little bit of a oopsie. And because he's releasing his documentary on Joe Weller and Logan Paul, all about, and it's called Can't Lose, right? What are you doing?
Use the volume.
Okay. You need to go to the bathroom, really?
Yes, I do.
Okay, the sliding door there. Just lift the toilet seat. Thank you. God, shall we take? Let's actually take a quick break, and then we'll resume when Luke comes back. Recording.
Let's
3,
go.
2, 1. No, you do it. He's got such fucking massive hands. I can't help
That's
it.
not how it works.
I have women hands.
No.
You gotta hit with that little...
Jy moet klap sien.
I've
Meer moet weer.
clapping.
Okay, last time. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, there we go.
There you go. Me and my fucking woman hands. Okay, welcome back, everyone. We took a short little break so Llewellyn and Terrence could take a pee-pee.
You
So,
could have just not said welcome back. You could have just carried on from where we stopped.
Because you gotta cut it in anyway.
Yeah, you could have just done
yeah,
that.
but if I'm cutting it, it doesn't matter if I said it or not. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just save yourself the embarrassment.
Anyway, what are we talking about now, Terrence?
He's gonna leave that in.
Yeah, he's 100% gonna do
Okay. So we've spoken about Rusty. We've spoken about KSI. So let's talk about something that's a little bit less serious. The whole TanaCon conspiracy. Yeah, Terrence has got a little bit of a spin on that. He's got his own little conspiracy theory on what happened with TanaCon. What happened?
I don't
Terrence?
want to blow you away here.
Oh God,
Calm down, just relax.
bro, I'm sitting down.
Just bring it down. Just bring it down.
Bro, I'm bringing it.
Okay.
Bring it way down, my boy.
I think the whole TanaCon was fake. Dun, dun, dun.
No, hold on a second. You say fake.
I
I
had
say
the last
fake.
piece of pizza. I don't know who's it is, but I'm not
You can have
Okay.
fucking have it.
Lou, let me fill you in a bit, okay?
Yes, because I have literally no idea.
Okay, so there's this thing that happens every year. Is it YouTube based? VidCon?
Yeah.
It's called VidCon. So YouTube hosts a bunch of creators, and fans and stuff, subscribers can come and meet them, and it's basically just... But the problem is VidCon never actually shows the proper YouTubers. They just show people they would like YouTube to be. So people you've never heard of. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, and also on top of that, the people that they do show, they don't always treat well. Their top subscribed YouTubers, they often don't treat them very well in terms of they don't give them a lot of time on stage. They don't give them the best sort of access backstage. They don't show them love, as it would.
It's basically like, we don't know who you are, but we want you here because lots of people will come to our events.
Because you have a large following on YouTube.
Exactly. So now Tana Mojo, who's
Mongoose.
Mongoose, she's a terrible person. She makes stupid videos. It's like she's like the female Jake Paul.
Wait, hold on a second. You're saying Tana makes stupid videos?
Well, at least she makes videos.
Yo, that's deep, bro. That's
Tana-
deep, my boy.
Wait. Do you think Tana makes good videos?
No, not a fuck.
So then why are you arguing? Why are you arguing?
Just
I've got to
argument's
create
sake.
some sort of fucking tension here, okay?
No, we don't need tension. We just need to
Just love.
listen,
Okay.
listen to the conspiracy.
Yeah, let's listen to this.
Let's
Let's dive right into
Hit
the
us with the
conspiracy.
deets. Hit us
Okay,
with the deets.
so she got treated badly by VidCon, and she decided, no, I hate VidCon. I'm gonna make a rival convention on the same day at the same time,
Down the road from
down
VidCon.
the road, same place. Like not like here's was one hotel, and they had it here. Okay, that was her idea.
That's like a couple of blocks away.
Yes, a couple of blocks
It
away.
was-
That is exactly what it was.
That is exactly what happened. And everything leading up to it was perfect in her favor. It was working until obviously the event where they hired a building. It was a hotel that could only fit 1,000 people in their conference center, but they sold 5,000 tickets. So 4,000 people were stuck outside. What area is it? Sorry, Las Vegas, LA, Los Angeles.
I don't know.
In
the area of VidCon.
In the area of America when it's very hot.
That just 100% narrows it down. That's
Just the whole of America.
Yeah, just pick a random spot. Just over there. It's fine. Just everybody go there.
Somewhere which was very hot. Okay.
Okay.
And 4,000 people had to stand outside in this heat, and they couldn't get in. And there was a whole bunch of backlash. And Tana and Good Times, who was the event company that was running it, disappeared from the events. They were like, no, we don't. It's gone to shit. We don't want to be involved. They disappeared. Tana went to some party in Ibiza, and Michael from Good Times went somewhere else. Anyway, here's my conspiracy. Shane Dawson saw this happen. Shane Dawson is a YouTuber. He's got quite a big following. He does conspiracy theories, amongst other things, on his videos. Like, he debunks...
Wait, is this now the conspiracy theory you told us about? Like...
Yes.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Are you sure you're with him?
Yes.
He kind of said that at the beginning of the
Listen,
story.
Linda. Okay,
so Shane he debunks conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
How perfect would it be for the conspiracy theorist to be in a conspiracy himself? So he set up, I wouldn't say he set up VidCon, I mean TanaCon, that's a bit big, but he did a 3-part documentary where he found out the truth about what happened behind VidCon. And he's friends with Tana Mojo.
Yes. Yeah.
And the conclusion to the 3 things is that neither of them wanted to hurt anyone. Okay, what they wanted was just... What was it again?
What do you mean?
His conclusion was...
they both fucked up, but they had good intentions. They both fucked up, but...
They're not bad people.
They're not bad
and
people.
that's wrong. Okay, I think he said to them, listen, we're going to monetize all 3 of these videos heavily. And we're going to build up the whole thing. We're going to start... Because we're going to get Marco on the phone. You guys are going to fake cry. And you guys are going to talk to each other. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? And I'm going to end with you guys in a good note. But it's going to bring in a lot of money for us. So the conspiracy theory is that he set up the whole thing to make money and to save Tana Mojo, instead of telling us the truth, which he pretended to do, which basically was him talking to Tana and them crying for 3 videos.
Is that it?
Yeah, he set up the whole thing.
Okay, this is where I disagree. I'm going to disagree with you, and not just because I said earlier I wanted to disagree with someone to make things faster.
I'm not going to participate in this because I have no idea. So I'm going to sound incredibly
What do you mean? You're one part of the trio, the tricycle. Without a tricycle's third wheel, it's just a bicycle, man.
Well, it all depends which third wheel's missing.
No, it's... No,
yes, it
not
does.
at
If
all.
the front wheel's missing, you can fucking wheelie the
It's
thing.
still got 2 wheels.
Which can still work.
Yes, it's...
Well, then there we go.
It's
There's
what's
the answer.
referred to
You
as
just
a
said yes.
bicycle.
No. If a tricycle has... How many wheels?
3.
Yes, and where are they? One in the front, 2 at the back.
Yes.
If the front one's gone, you can wheelie the bitch.
Yeah, but technically a bicycle is defined by
No.
it having 2 wheels.
So is a hoverboard a bicycle?
Yes.
No.
Technically, yes.
Is a Segway a bicycle?
Only if you...
Ride it sideways.
Just turn the wheels
Okay,
to.
so Shane Dawson set up the whole thing. He's like, Tana, listen, I'm gonna make you look good, and I'm gonna make money off this.
No, I disagree. I disagree with that, and this is why I disagree. Tana is a young kid, so young that she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. All right. If you look at her YouTube videos, all it is about story time about how someone fucked her with a toothbrush, or how she accidentally walked in on her boyfriend shaving his pubes, or something like that. Stupid shit. I don't think that she would have, or she would have made the video saying fuck VidCon and all of that stuff, because that was the hold on, but this is where I'm getting to the rest of it, right? Because your conspiracy theory, I agree with a lot of points, but I think that her intention of fucking VidCon around was completely pure, and I think she wanted to set up TanaCon properly, and she just fucking failed because she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She didn't get involved as much as she should have, and she got Michael Weiss or Weiss or whatever his name is to get involved, and I don't know much about the guy, but you know, to me he's a little bit shady. Anyway, the whole thing went off fucking terribly because they didn't communicate to each other, they didn't do their jobs. Fine. Shane Dawson was approached and then was like, okay, he'll be a part of TanaCon, he'll be there or whatever. And a lot of the fans, at least according to Shane's documentary, a lot of the fans were going there for him, and they never met him because he never showed up. Now that's, for me, I agree with you, that's kind of the first red flag for me, at least. It's like, the guy didn't show up. Why didn't he show up? Because it was too unsafe, you know?
There was, as a influencer, you'd be there early to set up.
Yeah, and also Shane Dawson doesn't go to any cons or anything like that. So, like, okay, let's brush past that. I personally don't think that, like, it was anything too hectic. I don't think he didn't go because he had this deep-seated thing to make money later. What I think...
I know, it's what he does for a living.
No, well, it's not what he always did for a living, though. So I can agree with you to a certain extent, but he also looked... I mean, I do agree. Him being involved in a conspiracy, especially one as big as... Because TanaCon was fucking massive. It divided the whole YouTube community on that.
But it was going to fail from the beginning.
It was going to fail from the very beginning. The fact that they got... what was it? The Marriott. The Marriott was the hotel. It could only fit 1,000 people. They sold 5,000 tickets. A fucking red flag. They were also saying that they were going to give free tickets away at the door, which apparently, according to a lot of the people in the lines, no one had free tickets. Everyone bought a feature fucking creator badge. So, I agree. It was going to fail, and it was going to fail really... I mean, they had a fucking wedding at TanaCon. Who does that? Who does a wedding at... I wouldn't go. But anyway, whoever wanted to be there, whatever. My thing is that once it failed, it was handled very poorly, and I think that before it failed properly, before it was cancelled completely, I think Shane, Tana, and Michael might have had some sort of conversation, saying, look, this is going very badly. How do we... Because, I mean... Yeah, you're right. Shane Dawson does all of these conspiracy theories. I think he would know the best way to, and he's been doing YouTube for years, right? He has to know how to handle it.
He's a very smart guy. That's why I say he monetized it. But look, even though everything that's been said, I still think Tana and Michael have to face some sort of consequence.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Jail time.
But they won't.
Why not?
Because
they committed fraud.
Well, yeah. But now the thing is that
if they give all the money back,
they can't. They can't give all the money back. And Michael has to come up with all of that money out of his own pocket, and I don't think he's going to be able to.
And technically, $67.
Yeah,
times 5,000.
Let's do quick maths.
I mean, do some quick maths.
Quick maths.
But because apparently, right, they went through some sort of ticketing agency, and they
$6 times 5,000.
$6. It wasn't $6. It was $60-something.
Oh, $67. Oh, alright, okay. That's $335,000.
Oh, look, that's not too bad.
Yes, but if you don't have $335,000,
then
it starts getting a bit cutthroat.
I guess.
Multiply that by 14, real.
By 14.
Oh God.
What?
What kind of rands?
Is it 14 to the dollar?
14 rands to the dollar.
Jeez, like.
Times.
It's fucking sad.
It's 4.6 million.
Now that sounds about right, but but anyway. My thing, still going back to it, I don't think...
Well, 4.7. This is round 4.7.
What I personally think was, I think that Shane was doing as much damage control because he realized how much of a... I think he was fine all the way up until TanaCon, until he realized... Because remember, I personally don't think he was involved all the way. I mean, he's a creator. He was involved like as much as a creator would be at VidCon. Like, here's your pass. Here's where you go. This is the time that you come. And this is what you basically. We're going to give you this time to do whatever you want, kind of thing. I think once he started seeing all of the shit that's happening, he was bad. It's like, I'm fucking out, and I need to do something about this and say like, hey, some damage control needs to be done. I think from that moment, because I mean, to be perfectly honest, the documentary came out fucking quickly.
Yeah.
Really quickly, and that's where I can see you smiling. You'd be like, yeah, that means it's it. But I think
just the theory.
I just think that he started preparing early. I don't think that he was involved from the get-go.
But how do you prepare early if you don't know if shit's gonna go down?
Well, so let's presume it happened on a Friday. I think it did happen on a Friday because it was weekend, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know the
Friday
day.
or Saturday.
Anyway, the day that it happened, Shane, obviously in the morning you're gonna see all the people out there, and there's obviously gonna be people like on Twitter and Instagram saying, "Hey, like what the fuck? We've been out here for whatever shit's going wrong." Shane, as a creator, sees it and goes, "Oh God, I am not going anywhere near there because it's a safety risk or security risk rather. But this is going to blow up fucking badly. I need to start doing something about it now." And to be fair, he did get 2 of the ladies that were in the line to come over to his house. Could be actors, I have no idea. We have no idea.
So you watched the documentary?
I watched all 3 of them, my boy. I watched every second of it.
Do you think that acting was a bit put on?
Okay, there is one thing
Those
that I do want
cries,
to.
those
Yes,
tears.
exactly. There is one scene in the third part of the documentary that are absolutely fucking... When Shane starts crying, I kind of like... That took me completely out of it because the guy was like crying with a straight face. Like there was no emotion behind his crying. And then once I saw that, I was like, wait, hang on a second. Let me look at Tanner's face. And Tanner's just fucking blubbering, bro. Like, it just didn't sound... Firstly, it didn't sound natural because she's crying so much. I don't know, it just didn't seem genuine, bro. It just never seemed genuine to me. What do you think, Lou?
No idea what I think.
Yeah,
See,
so insightful.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
the thing is, okay.
The thing is that you took a big bird.
Shane was the wrong person to do this documentary.
Who do you think should have?
Anyone who doesn't know.
The Logans?
No.
You mean the Pauls?
Yeah,
One guy's named Logan.
Well, I'm sure there's more
The
than one.
Logans.
I'm sure there's more than one
No, because
person
I mean-
involved named Logan.
I mean, it's Shane's friend, and also he's a bit of a sensitive guy.
Mm.
Even in his first one, he said, "No, I'm going to be hard on Tanner."
Yeah, no, I
and
agree
then
with that.
Cut
I
to
agree
the
with
next
that.
scene crying with
I know that was something that everyone like. That's one thing. Like I do like Shane Dawson, I really do. I think he's like one of the OG creators that I like actually look at now, and I'm like, wow, this guy's still going, and he makes decent content. But my thing was that he should have gone harder. He really should have gone harder on Tanner because she never. I mean, and even Michael to a certain degree. I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to get both sides of the story. And I feel like he should have, after he got both sides of the story, he should have done something with the story. But he did it off air without either of them there. He started going through some of the facts. And I just thought that was like so disingenuous. I'm like, why not just continue with, like, when you're there? Ask them the questions. Put blame on them. Because Tanner, as far as, like, it's been like a week or 2 weeks since it's happened. And it's basically dead. No one's talking about it anymore.
Why are the police not involved yet?
Well, there was a police report. I don't know if anything's happened since.
Yeah, but that's because there was like a riot.
Yeah.
So
Well, they had to shut it down. But my thing is that, like, I agree. There should have been a lot more. But even if it was fake, right? Let's go with that. Even if it was fake, the fans still got fucked over. So
Yeah, but since when do the fans matter to creators?
no. I get that, but the police would still be involved with that.
Yes. Okay.
They would
that's
need
where you
to,
go.
yeah.
Okay, that's where you go. Yeah.
No, I agree. Creators can be a load of dickheads to their guys. I mean, like, look at the Pauls. The Pauls don't give a fuck about their...
You mean the Logans?
The Logans, sorry. The Logans give no fuck about their fans. I mean, that's not news. That's fact. After a while, it just becomes numbers. It's not people.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I do like Shane Dawson. I don't think that he's like so disingenuous. I don't know. I think that he tried to do damage control. I don't think he did it the best way. Yeah, someone else should have been involved. I agree with that. Because he is friends with Tanner. He didn't go hard enough. I do think that some of the crying was put on or projected. And maybe not even to his knowledge. Maybe Tanner was just like, I'm going to be in front of a camera. I need to show that I'm sad. I need to show that I'm upset. Yeah. Let me blubber like a motherfucker. And Shane's going there like, she's kind of genuine. Maybe that is. But then I look at Shane's crying and I'm like, maybe he's just an ugly crier. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's just really fucking ugly at crying.
Oh,
And he
to
doesn't...
be fair, nobody really looks good when they're crying.
I do.
So I like that it's a conspiracy. I just don't agree with it completely. But I do agree that it should have been handled differently. There should have been more people involved. The police should be involved, and Tana and Michael both need to take responsibility for it. And the fans need to get justice.
What did Chad say?
Anything for views. We're being manipulated.
No, Shane didn't put anywhere where people could get a refund.
Oh yes, that I felt was so... Because I noticed that as well. I looked through the descriptions and I was like, okay, like... Because I was thinking, hey, well maybe I can get some cash money, you know what I mean? So I looked for it. I was at the TanaCon.
Use the system.
Bro, I was there. I was in the front row.
I saw you. I was right next to you.
Bro, my sunburn.
Yeah. The t-shirt burn. Fucking t-shirt tan.
No, but for real though, I was looking.
I got a free ticket, but I spent a lot of money at the bar. Reimburse me for that.
No, but legit, I was looking through the description for like any more information, like, and there was just nothing. It was absolutely empty. Chad was right. Although, yeah, and I don't know, I do agree with him, man. I really do feel like if anything has to come out of this, I want the fans to get their money back and some sort of compensation. At least Shane is saying, look, because his name is attached to it, right? A lot of fans came out to see him. At least he's being like, okay, I'm going to try and sort out something for my fans. Maybe have a meetup somewhere. He's going to try and...
But honestly, what did he sort out?
Hey?
What did he sort out?
No, I'm saying that he's trying to sort it out.
What did he do?
What do you mean, what did he do?
He made a documentary that made him money. What else?
Yeah.
Did he help any of his fans?
No,
exactly.
Not yet, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying at least he's trying to do something in terms of like he's trying to set up meetups with his fans. He's trying to do all of those sorts of stuff. But what's Tana doing? Tana's crying and going, "I love my fans so much. I love my fans so much." Okay, cool. What's happening with the tickets? What's Michael doing? Michael's just fucking riding on a Segway into
Community bicycle.
yes. That's fucking clever. Check me for that shit.
Sideways basketball.
Bro, no, but yeah, okay. I think we're just gonna go on to. I think me and you we agree, but we also kind of disagree. I'm biased towards Shane because I do like the guy. I think the guy's kiff. And
no. Look, he's cool.
I'd love to be in one of his videos. So Shane, if you're listening, I'm just saying, bro.
He was the wrong person.
Oh man, it's Simon now, man.
Simon, bro.
Simon, Brute, you have a
if
YouTube
you
channel.
know Shane, bro.
Yeah, come on.
That's Simon. Bro, I legit thought we were talking about Shaman for some reason, like SHR.
No, man, I said Simon.
No, I don't know, bro. I've had 2 of these things. Okay.
Oh my. This one is less than the other one. This one's 3. This one's 5.
Moving on.
Hey.
Moving on to
Moving
what?
on. Okay, enough of YouTube. Enough of the YouTube.
What fucking accent is that?
Let's
Croatian.
I feel like you've had enough beer too, Terrence. I feel like that.
Vietnamese. No ways, my boy.
Actually, let's Google Vietnamese.
No, let's not Google. This podcast is going on for too long.
Yes.
If anyone is still listening, I'm gonna be surprised. Simon, if you're listening, I'm just saying. Okay, yeah. Let's move on to the next one.
I got 2 beers left.
Okay.
Lou, in that time, you need to explain to me what is going on with the Suzuki Jimny.
Jimny, it's a terrible fucking thing.
Mark, wait, hold on. This is like a...
Bro, you hold on a second. You're legitimately just jumping to topic and topic. Like, okay, actually, fuck it.
How was your segue between our topic? No,
I was going to talk about Michael Weiss and the Segway, and then I was going to be speaking about something that has wheels. Why don't we go over to Llewellyn, who's going to tell us a little bit more about some car news?
Just cut that.
No, we did talk about that because we spoke about the bicycle and the tricycle and the Segway with the 2 wheels. That's also a bicycle.
Okay, for anyone that's still listening, Llewellyn's going to talk a little bit about cars and car news and shit that's going on with cars. So Llewellyn,
before I do that, actually, I want to talk about what you guys think are going to happen to cars, seeing that petrol prices have now gone up. Well, a lot, really.
Are we keeping this South African central, or are we keeping
it's going up all over the world, really.
I mean, the 3 of us are the only ones listening, so...
Yeah, Simon's gone to bed already.
Yeah, he's like, these people are crazy.
I bet you Matthew's listening though.
Hey Matthew.
I bet you there's a good old Thew listening, bro. There's a good old Thew listening. The good old Chew.
Muse Morpheus.
It's Bruce Willis.
Muse Morpheus.
I don't even know.
Okay, alright, let's get back into it. So Lou, you were asking us a very important question.
Yes, what do you guys think is going to happen? Going to be happening to cars in terms of like fuel prices going up now and everything? Because I mean, when petrol runs out, the oil for the petrol runs out, what do you
Not
guys?
in our lifetime, but
No.
electric cars have become so advanced lately.
Yes,
Good old
but
Muskie, my boy.
Yes, but if you think about
I'm
it,
gonna get myself one of those Teslas.
You're not in this
They
country
drive
though.
themselves.
Not sex.
Jim Jeffries bought himself a Tesla,
Yeah.
and he said it drives itself, and he wanted to test because every 5 minutes it says, "Please touch the steering wheel," so you know you're awake. And he's like, "No, I'm not gonna touch it." And apparently it gives 3 warnings.
Yeah.
So it's 5 minutes, gives a warning, carries on. 5 minutes, gives a warning, carries on. 5 minutes, and then the car just stops.
Yeah, it
slows
pulls
down.
over.
No, no. He said doesn't pull over.
Oh, it doesn't
It
pull
slows
over.
down. If you're on the highway, puts the hazards on, slows down, stops.
Wow, that's dangerous.
Until you touch the steering wheel again, and then it says a message: you can't use auto drive for the next half an hour or something.
Wow.
So it like scolds you, like puts you in detention. You can't use this anymore.
you can't do it. How dare you not touch the steering wheel?
I actually saw a video about that though. There's a way to get around that. This guy, what he did?
You can see
Was
with
he-
your hand over here.
No, not even. Let's say you want to jack off, right? You're
Wow.
Whoa! Wow!
Children are listening this. Simon's 9-year-old child.
Simon is not 9 years old, okay?
Simon's 9-year-old
He
child.
doesn't have a child.
How do you know?
He's gay.
Hey,
You
good,
could
luck,
adopt.
good luck editing this.
Okay. All right. To be fair, all right. What's gonna happen is that I'm gonna edit it and I'm pretty much just gonna leave it as it is and we'll see what happens. But
Send it out to-
There we go. Done.
no, but
I put a picture. That's it. Done.
no, exactly. But what the guy did was he got like I don't know. It was like one of those soft. Well, it was kind of firm, like stressful, like one of those really firm ones. And what he did was he put it in between the windshield and the wheel,
That's like
the
quite a
steering
big
wheel.
one.
Yeah, quite a big one. He put it in the corner. Oh no, sorry, it was an orange. It was actually an orange, and he puts it in between the. So you know the steering wheel has like the hooter, and then it's got the arc over it. So you put the orange in the corner there, where
Yes,
they kind of
wedges
meet.
in, yeah.
So he wedges it in there, and the sensor falls underneath and on top. So if you put pressure underneath or on top, then it's kind of like, okay, there's someone's hand on the thing. So the orange is continuously pressing against it, which is pressure, so the car thinks that there's someone grabbing on it. So he literally did it. He did it for like a half an hour drive, and he just put an orange there, and it just did everything
So
itself.
okay, so I'm not too clued up. How does the car drive? It registers the lines. Am I correct?
Yes.
So
It uses
so
lasers
we
and
fucked.
no, because we don't have lines.
Bro, I'd love to see Elon Musk fucking build a car
And he's
where
South
he can.
African.
I mean, it's not that. Imagine.
Bro, imagine a Tesla trying to get through those potholes, dude.
Oh.
Imagine that. The Tesla will follow the lines, firstly white lines, Terrence is right. But then secondly, when it does find lines, what's it going to do about the potholes? It's not going to do nothing about
It's probably
that.
going to stop. Like, reverse a little, go around, and then carry on.
Like full on hazards, like bro, what is this?
No, it's-
Get proper roads.
No.
Yeah, so your question was basically going back to the question,
Yes,
because
yes,
we will
yes.
go
What's gonna
way off
happen
topic.
to
What's going to happen to
cars?
cars?
Yes, what's going to happen?
So are
Because-
you
Well,
talking
they're
about...
not going to make another movie because they've made 3 already.
Ooh. Oh, that was
I
good!
still want to see that.
That was so
That
good!
is pretty.
Terrence!
I did not see that coming.
I mean, TerryVision. That was dope, my boy. No, but when you say what happens to cars, are you saying like,
Okay, because
are you asking, are we still going to drive cars? Are you saying how they're going to evolve?
how are they going to evolve? Because obviously cars are going to be around for.
Well, I think the
Next
obvious
year.
No.
the obvious way is electric cars.
No,
That's what's happening
no,
now.
I don't know.
Here's what's
I
going
feel
to
don't
like
think so.
hydrogen cars are better.
No, but they're more expensive.
Yes, but if you think about it, okay, let's take example the Nissan Leaf, which is a fucking terrible car.
The Nissan Leaf.
Leaf,
Yes,
yeah.
so
Oh,
Nissan
okay.
Leaf, it's their battery powered little thing, okay?
Ew.
So on average, the batteries are supposed to last about 7 years. Okay.
Okay.
So if you charge it, say for example, it's fully charged and you get, I don't know how long you actually get out of it, but let's say you get about 150 k's out of it, right?
Okay.
Okay. So if you need to drive stop, charge, drive, stop, charge, so on, so on. You'll cut that battery life down to about 3 years. Because obviously you're not charging it fully, you're just charging it enough to get died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now you're cutting that life down to 3 years, and then you have to replace the batteries, which is going to cost you more than the actual car.
See, so that's where I think, okay, in this country, obviously, bro, we're always gonna have normal fucking petroleum based fuel. In this country,
in our lifetime,
in our country, what we're gonna do is basically fuck all. But I think Musk is doing it right, where he's talking about building underground and building those sleds, because if you think about it, then you can get rid of the petroleum based fuels, because everyone can have an electric car, and what they do is they get to that point, they sit on that sled goes down and fucks you off in that direction that you need to go. You legitimately don't have to use that battery. You take it from your house to that point, and it drives.
Hyperloop. Is it called a Hyperloop?
No, it's not the Hyperloop. It's the Hyperloop. Musk was.
That was like a train, hey.
It was a tunnel that they basically took all the air out of. They made it into a vacuum, and the plan was to
27 minutes to anywhere on Earth.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the one thing that no one was talking about was the fact that when you put vacuum pressures into a tube like that, like, you need some serious reinforcement, because that thing is just gonna crumple really quickly. Have a look at any YouTube video where that's happening.
How are they gonna build it?
Well, that's the thing, because when you start going longer and longer distances, what happens is that you're creating a vacuum at each, like, the vacuum pressure gets stronger and stronger, but each point is reinforced for a specific strength, right? So if you build it quite long and you don't reinforce it properly, all it takes is one little mess up on that entire thing, and the whole thing will buckle basically into the size of a straw. You will basically kill everyone in there. So I personally don't have much hope for that. Also, the Hyperloop test track is rusted as hell. Like, it's really bad right now.
I don't think it'll happen anytime soon.
But no, I don't think anytime soon. But I think that's where we're going, right? Musk was talking about how flying cars and stuff like that is dangerous, because we don't know what's going to happen if stuff falls off, or if people. It creates an atmosphere where people worry more about people flying. What?
Nothing.
No, I literally didn't catch that.
Atmosphere, because flying cars, and creates an atmosphere.
I didn't even catch that. Lou, you're on the ball, my bro.
Yeah, no.
I'm just talking random stuff. But
okay.
anyway,
it's okay. I'm not angry.
Anyway, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's going to be electric cars, and with that Musk's sled thing, I would like that to pick up, because then they kind of marry each other quite well. Because you're not using the battery as long, which means you extend the battery life of that car for potential, like, a couple of years. You know, then when you do need to replace the battery, yes, buying a new car, you've had the car for a couple of years now, it kind of makes sense to buy a new car anyway.
But let's just talk about this, okay? Let's just think about this, okay?
Did you ask Terrence what he thought?
Terrence, what do you think? Before I actually do carry on.
So, what's going to happen to cars?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think more people are going to be buying electric cars.
Okay.
Because it'll be the hype, which means less petrol will be used, which means third world countries, which are still using petrol, will continue to use petrol.
Mm-hmm.
But there'll be more electric cars. Eventually, electric cars will become cheaper because they'll be mass produced, which means third world countries will then be able to purchase them and filter out petrol powered cars, thus going fully electric. And then electric power will start killing the earth, global warming all over again, and we'll have to discover something else.
You thought that through so much, my bro.
That's exactly
like,
what I was going to say.
I'm sitting here talking about some stupid sled, and this guy's like, bro, I've done the maths, okay? This is what's going to happen. In 27 years, we're all fucking dead.
That's the point I wanted to say, because what are you going to use to charge your battery-powered car? A socket in the wall. Well, not the same kind of socket, but you can be using electricity.
Yes.
Electricity is made by coal and
not only by coal.
Oh yes, of course, but that's what they use, which causes pollution.
Yeah, it's the most effective form. Besides nuclear, if they go nuclear, then we've got a different conversation.
Nuclear.
No, listen, what they do.
Bro, I'm tired and I've had drinks.
Oh my gosh, 1.5 beers. What are we gonna do?
Terrence is like wanting to say something so
he's
bad.
He's like this.
He's like speaking. Yes. Shut the fuck up.
Those power points that you charge your cars at, petrol stations, will be solar powered.
Then that's a good solution.
But now this is the problem. It depends on how many panels are used, because the conventional panels now won't be enough to charge 3 cars. So if everyone's got electric cars and everyone's coming into charge, firstly, charge speeds are ridiculously long. Let's eliminate that.
No, on a Tesla it's about 8 hours.
8 hours. You're gonna
for a full charge.
Yeah, I know, but you're gonna sit at a petrol station for 8 hours.
Or you charge while you at work.
Yeah, if your work is, you know.
But that's not my
those sort of
problem.
points
That's
and
whoever is going to work has.
Look,
this
it all
sort of
depends.
thing.
Anyway, let's go back to the solar power thing, because a big thing is like solar power is. It all depends on where the sun is in the sky. Let's say it's tracking and all of that stuff, right? It'll be good, right? How many solar panels are you going to need? How strong are they going to need to be? And how many cars can you get out of that? Yes, it's going to be going through the entire day, but remember, it's charging a battery, and once that battery dies, it's not going to be able to continuously pump power into those cars. You're going to have 3 cars, and you're going to have to wait for several hours.
Do you know what I just thought of?
What did you just think of, Terrence?
Are we going to be millionaires?
What are they? Fans?
Yeah.
I've had
Fans?
Wind farms.
Yo, what are those big fans, eh?
Hey.
Yes.
Put solar panels on those.
Why would you put it?
Slow clap everyone.
Why would you put it on that?
Because when the wind's blowing, it's generating. When the wind's blowing, it's generating energy, as well as catching the sun and generating more energy. Hey.
Okay, but then why would you combine the both?
Because you put that at the petrol station, well, not the charging station, and then whether there's sun or not, the wind will be doing it, and if there's no wind, the sun will be charging it.
But then why don't you just put the solar panels in front or behind of the fan?
Exactly.
Because you've got to put it on there. You're creating so much more drag. That fan is going to fucking choke.
Exactly.
And what's going to happen is it's not
anyway.
going to generate enough power. You might as well put both of them on there. Anyway, Lou, you're supposed to be telling us about cars. You asked us a question before you were going to move on.
I did. We really.
And then-
it was just as disgusting, really.
And then, okay, but you're going to say something else after that. We need to get onto this Lou news.
It's just really about the Jimmy. Jimmy.
What about-
Not just Jimmy. It's not a car called the Jimmy, which it probably should be. But it's called the Jimny, which I thought for many years it was called the fucking Jimmy. But it's not. It's the Jimny.
That was a good monologue.
So like,
I thoroughly
bro, I'm down the rabbit hole with you.
Down the rabbit hole, you know, that was. I was like,
tell us more about Jimmy.
Yeah, how's
Jimmy is.
Is he sitting with Simon at the moment?
Probably he should. He should
Bro,
be sitting. 'Cause
Simon and Jimmy.
he
bro.
has
two
the best
views.
They have the best spots like ever.
Okay, so the new Jimny looks exactly like a cheap Renegade.
Well, not exactly, obviously.
Yeah, it
'cause
looks,
then
it
it's
looks
not
a lot uglier.
Listen,
Yes.
if I had the choice between a Jimny and a Renegade, I wouldn't know which to choose because they look the same.
I would.
They look exactly
Yeah,
the same.
I would.
I'd take bicycle. Oh, sorry, Segway.
A tricycle missing one wheel is what you meant to say.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Yes.
so
Well, the little thingy that's supposed to
you
be.
waited the whole podcast.
Yes.
You were
Yes.
so
Well,
excited about
you
this. I'm
guys
waiting for it.
we're just like jabbering the whole time, and I didn't have my moment to shine.
Next time, do your fucking research.
So, no, I did do my research. I did enough research, okay? It's because you guys just want to talk and talk and talk, and then leave the bald guy to like clean up the scraps, okay?
Lou, our title will
Told
be,
you he was angry.
Our title will be Suzuki Jimny.
I'm not. I'll include Suzuki Jimny, but I'm not saying the Suzuki Jimny podcast. You want to get sued? That's how
No,
you get
you
sued.
can. If you say Jimmy, it's fine.
So the Suzuki Jimmy podcast.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Or maybe switch it around a bit. Put like
Terrence, you gotta work on a logo, my boy.
Suguski or Jimmy.
So good. Wait, what? Never mind. Anyway,
Anyway,
You
okay,
could-
so this
yeah.
little tiny little Jimny that they used to, that's been around for like 20 years, used to have a 1 liter engine, which is, well, quite terrible.
Honestly, I didn't know that had one. I thought it was like 1.4, 1.6.
Yeah, I know, I also thought so, and then actually,
It's like a bucky.
it's an off-road vehicle that you
it's supposed to be, I mean, you can't really go off road. I mean,
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It can hold up against a
Have you?
Fortuner.
Have you?
Yes.
have you?
Pictures of it didn't happen.
Yeah, pictures of it didn't happen,
Bro,
sorry.
I'm in the middle of a. I'm like on a mountain. Where am I gonna get pictures from?
You should have thought about that before you went to the mountain.
I'm sorry, bro. This was like a. Anyway. Okay, I know a guy who took his Fortuner up to do that, and he was struggling on some of these
Did he
things.
carry the Jimny?
he towed one of them. Actually, he crashed his car. He crashed his Fortuner because he couldn't get up one of the hills. But he was telling me that the actual Jimneys were actually doing so well up those hills.
4.5
No, but they could still do it though. That's my point. It's like the Fortuner's got the weight and it's got the power, but if it can't go up that fucking hill and a little Jimny can with its 1 liter or whatever, I mean, isn't it kind of doing what you wanted to do, which is off road?
Yeah, it does.
So,
but I mean, if you think
it's just not powerful.
You don't think 1 liter or 1.3.
Oh no, I'm not just
big, like a V8, like a Land Cruiser.
No, I agree with you, but can you imagine putting that? Can you imagine with the Jimny's body just throwing in that engine a V8 like whatever?
No,
it's a good idea.
It would be a good idea.
I think that would be a scary idea.
But
I think that would be very scary.
Very scary.
But it would be dope.
Suzuki don't make engines that big.
No, they wouldn't. Well, they don't make enough profit to make those.
because people don't buy it.
Anyway, so you were talking about...
yeah, they made a new one, which looks like we've discussed, a Jeep Renegade. Well, not exactly, obviously. It's now.
We'll throw a picture up of what it looks like.
Yes, we can put link in bio.
Link in bio to where?
Fuck no.
To an image.
To an image. Yeah.
We're not even putting images up. We're just throwing links.
Yeah,
up just at the full Google.
Put it in thumbnail.
Oh my god.
The thumbnail is just HTTP. The thumbnail's going to be there.
Bro, HTTP.
Put it in somewhere, like a watermark. Please.
Watermark.
You need to do that thumbnail because I'll reach my Photoshop limits with that.
The new rocket thumbnails. Your Guardians of the Galaxy one was tops. Have you seen my thumbnails? They're shit. I put them.
Oh, bro, I need to show you my new stuff before you leave. I need to show you what I've been working.
Speaking about leaving, should we wrap this up?
Yo, wait, this guy's got two things left.
I've
literally been an hour and a half.
I've
done it.
Okay, alright.
Podcast.
Oh, geez, like.
A lot of editing for you.
Lot of editing.
Bro.
So you're gonna be having no laugh.
So yeah, that kind of
concludes.
That's
a good.
I wanted to do a
word.
segue.
Segue into it then.
Kind of like Michael Weiss's career. This needs to come to an end right now. So, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you've made this far, Simon, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Yeah, we've gone over some topics, and I'm glad you guys have listened. You can catch all of us on YouTube except for Lou, because Lou doesn't do YouTube yet.
Yes, I am a peasant.
You can catch me at my YouTube channel. I do gaming reviews and vlogs on Templish. You can catch
second link in the
description. Before the CANSA link. No, actually after the CANSA link.
CANSA's first.
Cancer is the most important thing right now.
Yes, cancer, man.
Yes, we all have cancer.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What?
So,
and then you can catch Terry. Where can we find you, Terry?
TerryVision. Our videos once a week, maybe a bit more if you're lucky.
Okay.
Third link
in bio. Oh, yeah, in description.
I do vlogs, tutorials, general cringe videos.
So all of them.
Yeah. So if you
you on your own with that one.
So yeah, check me out. Thank you.
Okay. And then Lou, where can we catch you?
Literally nowhere.
Literally nowhere.
I shall start
you don't need
a
to
YouTube channel.
Yeah, I love how Lou is just like shouting now. Like
yes,
it's just
because
are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram.
What's your chat? It'll be the fourth link in the description. What's your handle? @Lou.
My Instagram.
I love he's going on Instagram
yes,
right now.
Yes, because I can't actually figure this out by myself.
Lou_Alan Kruger.
No, it's not.
Actually, koppelteken Alan Kruger.
It is underscore.
Underscores.
@_. That's it. Right. Sorry, it's been real. It's been emotional.
Bro, we need to create that.
That's it.
We need to create that.
That has to be a thing.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, like that's pretty. So, what is your actual
it's
one?
just Pretty Lulu 1995.
Okay.
So
well then, let's just end this fucking podcast by saying thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. We all appreciate it. We hope you had fun.
Bye, Simon.
And bye, Simon. And
buy merch.
buy our non-existent merch.
Yeah.
You tell me to end this podcast and you fucking interject every 5. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We will be coming. Shut up. We will be coming out with a second episode in either next week or the week after that. We still need to make some plans, talk some logistics. But thank you so much. We will come out with another one, and we hope you enjoyed. So, cheers, guys.
Enjoy the blooper reel.
Good scenes.
There's no blooper reel. I'm not doing any more fucking editing.
Yes, you should. Blooper reel.
We're going to end
That'll
this.
be the last link.
We're going to end this in 3, 2, 1, end. Okay? That's done. There's no more editing. I'm fucking done with this podcast.
That was fun, Mark.
That was emotional.
I'm leaving all of this in. There's going to be credits at the end, and they're going to hear me credits fucking edited and directed and produced. Alcohol provided by.
Yeah,
that's all in there.
Pizza provided by
some random pizza delivery guy.
Yeah.
Actually, his name was Jerome. I'm gonna.
Pizza provided by Jerome.
Special
That's the thing.
Special guest appearance, Jerome. The pizza
special
guy.
thanks to Jerome.
Special thanks to Jerome. This was all going.